European nights are back at Ellen Road, but first, we've got to worry about second season syndrome. Are we suffering in the Premier League? Let's find out as we take on Nottingham Forest and then play Rangers in the Europa League. Welcome to episode 15 of Leeds United, Pride of Yorkshire. So in yesterday's episode, it wasn't the best in terms of on-the-pitch performance. We had a 2-2 draw against Tottenham, equalising late on, and we also suffered a 1-0 loss to Liverpool. So in today's episode, we're going to be looking to bounce back as we go to newly promoted Nottingham Forest, and then we welcome Glasgow Rangers to Ellen Road as European nights return as we face off in the Europa League. So let's jump in and show you what you've missed since you've been away. Not actually a lot of action has happened. After the 1-0 loss to Liverpool, we played them again in the Carabao Cup at Anfield, and this time we lost 2-1. Did try and rotate the team a little bit here. I did want to give a rest to some of the first teamers. We didn't play brilliantly, but we did manage to get on the score sheet. Tyler Roberts scoring after 55 minutes. Bentancur was a naughty boy and got himself sent off. But two early first half goals saw Liverpool go through in that. We then bounced back in style against Southampton. We welcomed them to Ellen Road and we played them off the park really. We had 21 shots, 10 on target with a 2.39 XG, and we had goals. Well, we actually went behind. Armstrong gave them the lead in the 30th minute. Then we equalised through an own goal from Walker Peters, a Tyler Roberts goal, and Karim Adeyemi wrapped it up in the 94th minute with a penalty. We then, unfortunately, started our Europa League campaign in Group F against Atalanta, and this was a very disappointing performance. We really got schooled in our first European game for a long time. We struggled to get on the ball. We kept giving it away. We lost 5-2, and it wasn't a very good performance. The other thing to show you before we jump into today's match action was what happened at the end of the transfer window. We didn't have a lot of money left to spend, but what we did have, we had to move players on. So starting off with Helder Costa going for 3 million, that I think happened already. Lewis Bate has gone to Aston Villa on a loan deal. Emil Krath, who we signed basically just to be a squad player, moved to Zenit St. Petersburg for 2.7 million. Zach Dowie, a youth team player, went to QPR for 22k. And then we bought in Supernat, finally, after we were allowed to sign him a season later than I said we would. And he went straight back to Buriram United, and we have loaned Sam Greenwood to QPR. So the players that we managed to bring in, so Christian Manea, he is a 25-year-old Romanian right back. It's a position that we have really struggled at. I don't know what the real problem was. We've been playing Tyler Adams there. I don't think he's a natural, whereas Christian Manea can come in and he can fill in when Tyler Adams isn't available to play, or he might even be able to establish himself in the role. For a bargain purchase of £2.8 million, I thought it was something that we should do. And then because we had moved a few players on, we had enough money to spend £6 million on Thiago Thomas. He popped up on the deadline day screen from his agent saying he was looking to leave Sporting for £6 million. We thought this is a bit of a bargain. Media description of a wonder kid. So we brought him in, and he looks like he's going to be one for the future. 20 years old, and he looks already like he could break his way into the first team. He has started a few games, including in that Europa League game where he scored. We then finally secured Supernat Moanta. We signed him for, what was the value there? We signed him for £825,000 and then loaned him immediately back to Buriram as he didn't gain a work permit. I think once he starts playing for his national team on a more regular basis and he gets the points, hopefully, if we can bring him back, loan him to a bigger league, and then he gets the points available to get a work permit, he will be one for the long term at the age of 20. So that's the schedule up to date. That's the transfers all up to date. Let's jump into the match action as we show you the lineup for Nottingham Forest. Here we go then. This is going to be the lineup that we will be putting out against Nottingham Forest. So we've got Meslier in goal, Firpo, Koch, Llorente and Adams. Phillips and Bentancur in the middle with Harrison, Puig, Rafinha and Sesko. So we were struggling a little bit with the formation. We have stuck with the 4-2-3-1. I have tinkered a little bit with the roles. Instead of having two Mazzalas, we've now got a deep line playmaker and a box-to-box midfielder. And also gone is the counter and ball-playing defender. And we now have two ball-playing defenders in Koch and Llorente. Complete wing-backs are also a thing of the past. We are relying on two normal wing-backs. And we also still have the IF and the IW in advanced positions. So fingers crossed, with a little bit of tweaking and this lineup, hopefully we can get 3 more points in the Premier League against Nottingham Forest. First highlight then is going to be a Nottingham Forest throw-in. As they try and play the ball forwards, it actually ends up back with Eli, who tries to bring it forwards. Hopefully somebody's going to go and close him down because we're giving them far too much space here. They're passing it around quite nicely and they're building their play up gradually. They do keep turning back though, so hopefully somebody will pinch the ball and we will catch them off guard, but instead they lump it forwards now and it goes to Pires over the top to Mighton, and luckily for us Meslier makes the save. A corner then now and Bentancur is going to swing this one in, and there is Koch at the near post. Great header as it goes into the back of the net, but now the referee has got his hand to his ear. It's going to the VAR. The goalkeeper was doing the elbow motion, so I'm not too sure what's happened here. Koch's leapt. Oh, the man marking the goalkeeper has blocked his vision. Hands go straight up, but the goal is awarded. And a corner from the other side this time as Rafinha swings it in, and Koch is there again. 2 near post headers, both from Koch, and we are 2-0 up. So one from the left-hand side, one from the right-hand side. Rafinha this time with the assist. And no doubt in this one, no need for VAR. That's 2-0. Throwing them with Junior Firpo. Plays it to Phillips, back to Firpo. Crosses it in. There's Sesko with a header. And that's 3-0. All of a sudden, it's 3-0. Referee's checking this one as well. I'm not too sure. Couldn't really see across the line. Goal has been awarded. So yeah, we've gone from 0-0 to 3-0 in the blink of an eye. And that is some brilliant play there. Firpo with the ball. Actually, Sesko peels off the man. And he's nowhere near offside because he's backtracking. And that's a great finish. It's half-time then. And the score going into half-time is 3-0. We didn't play very well for the initial first 10-15 minutes. But as soon as we scored after 19 minutes, we started to get on top of the game. We created chances. And 3-headed goals have seen us have a 3-0 lead. So nothing really to report in terms of substitutions needed. Everybody looks quite happy on the pitch. I think we're just going to roll with it and see what happens in the second half. 67 minutes on the clock then, and we have a free kick here that Rafinha is lining up. Steps back and left-footed, bends it over the wall, and the goalkeeper touches it round for a corner. Brilliant effort there from Rafinha. And he is now... Bentancur is now going to swing the ball in. Tries to play it to Koch again, but he can't get there this time. Goes out as far as Phillips. Turns back. Plays it to Koch. Plays it back to Phillips. Back to Koch. Bentancur. And as we're attacking, it just disappears. 80 minutes on the clock then, and we are going to make a couple of substitutions. Thiago Thomas is going to come on in place of Rafinha. And I think we are going to give Karim Adeyemi a little run out up front, and also I'm going to bring on Junior Sambia at right back. So let's see what happens in the last 10 minutes of the game. The answer to that was not a lot, with the win already in the bag at half time. 3-0. We have played some really good football in this game. 20 shots, 10 on target, an XG of 1.7. We scored 3 goals. All 3 of them coming in the first half from headers. And it's a really good performance. I feel actually quite good about that. We didn't let Notts Forest off lightly. and we have the 3 points that we need in the league. Fingers crossed this is a turning point, as some of our football hasn't been the best. I know it's only Notts Forest, but hopefully we can go and do the same thing to Rangers. Rolling on then from the Nottingham Forest game and our convincing 3-0 win. We are going to be gripped by Euro fever, according to the news article. So we are in the Europa League for the first time at Ellen Road. And to be honest, our lineup is a little bit restricted by the registration for the Europa League. I didn't realise how much of a challenge it is to get your homegrown players and your under-21 players and everything in. So there are a few key first teamers that will miss this game. But the lineup that we are going to go with is Meslier in goal, youngster Ferguson at left back, Llorente, Ahmed Odzic and John Joe Kenny. We are then going to play Ricky Puig and Bentancur in the middle, with Harrison, Roberts and Rafinha, and Sesko will lead the line up front. Let's see what happens in the Europa League. And it's a throw-in to Rangers as well. Aribo gets the ball in the middle. Hadji's getting a lot of space down on this right-hand side. Harrison tries to come to close him down, but he just passes the ball away. Hadji crosses it into the back post, and there is Joe Aribo. It's not good. It's 1-0 to Rangers, and that defending is quite frankly shocking. We left Hadji with all kinds of space on the right-hand side at first, and then when the ball gets played to the back post, I don't know how Aribo gets one-on-one with Kenny at the back post, but puts the ball into the net, and it's 1-0 to Rangers. A throw-in for us now then, as Ferguson plays the ball to Puig, who plays it to Llorente. Ahmed Hodzic is moving forwards with it. Plays it to Bentancur, who plays it inside to Rafinha. Out to Kenny, who should swing this ball in. Instead, he plays it back to Bentancur. Plays it back to Kenny. Now he swings the ball in. There's Tyler Roberts with a header of our own. And Tyler Roberts makes the score 1-1 with an assist from John Joe Kenny. So I thought he was going to swing the ball in first time. He doesn't. Plays it back to Bentancur. When he does get the ball and crosses it in, it's a pinpoint cross. Tyler Roberts to just leap and head it into the back of the net. And it's 1-1. Game on. A throw in then for Rangers. So they throw it to Aribo, but it's intercepted. And if Sesko would have played the ball first time there, I think he would have had Rafinha in on the right-hand side. Instead, it somehow ends up back with the goalkeeper. And we are now going to build up from the middle of the park. Rafinha does get the ball. Goes to Roberts. Back to Ahmed Hodzic. He could have played the ball up and over. Instead, he plays it to Sesko, who takes it superbly. What a finish this is. Takes it on the chest. Smashes it left-footed past the goalkeeper. What a finish. There's me thinking that Ahmed Hodzic should have played the ball over the top to Rafinha. When he turns and gets in behind here, I'm thinking all that gap in behind. Instead, he expertly plays the ball over the top. And he leaves the goalkeeper on the floor. As Sesko makes it 2-1. A free kick here to Rangers, and they are looking to swing the ball into the box. Instead, Hadji plays it short, and there is Connor Goldson to make it 2-2. So this is quite an exciting game. 4 goals already after 38 minutes. Bit suspect on the defending again here. Nobody really tries to close Goldson down. Lefty with a left-footed shot to smash it into the net, and it's 2-2. A free kick for Rangers that's played over the top. And it goes straight through to Meslier. Let's see what we can do here just before half-time. There's 2 minutes added on time. Meslier lumps it forwards, finds Rafinha. Takes a touch out of his feet and he's running at his man. Hopefully he's going to... Wow, he plays it back to Kenny, who swings... No, he doesn't swing it in. It trickles along the floor and then it gets lumped away as far as Ahmed Hodzic. And he's going to play it forwards, hopefully. Now he's just running and running. Roberts has played it through to Sesko, who's in behind. And Sesko smashes the ball home to make it 3-2. So, 5 goals in the first half. Getting our money's worth here. And Benjamin Sesko has scored 2 brilliant goals. And Ahmed Hodzic has played 2 key roles in building those goals. So the first one, it was a direct pass. This time he finds Roberts, who finds Sesko. And he makes it 3-2. In at half-time then, with a 3-2 lead. That was quite entertaining, wasn't it? So, we've had 8 shots, 6 on target. They've had 5 shots, 4 on target. And we've produced 5 goals between us. So, don't really know what else to say other than that was really entertaining. And let's see if the second half can live up to that hype. Corner kick then as Rafinha is going to swing this one in. Looks to the near post. Ahmed Hodzic tries to head it but can't make any contact. The ball comes back to Rafinha though. Plays it back to Ahmed Hodzic. Bentancur's in the box. We're working it around. Somebody have a shot. And there's Jack Harrison to have a shot. He smashes it home, but the referee, as per usual, is looking at the VAR. Let's see what happens with this one. Checking the goal. It looks like the goal is going to stand. It doesn't actually come up on the screen there, but the replay plays anyway. So Puig was involved, plays it to Roberts, lays it into the path of Harrison. He smashes it into the back of the net, and it's 4-2. So I'm not too sure what the VAR was actually looking at there, but it didn't matter. It was a goal. 62 minutes on the clock then. I'm going to make the first substitution. I'm going to give Rafinha a little rest and bring on wonder kid Thiago Thomas. And I think that's the only substitution I need to make at the moment. Got a free kick then that Harrison swings in, and there is Ahmed Hodzic to make it 5-2. What a brilliant game this has been in terms of our finishing. Not so much the defending, but Harrison swings it in. Ahmed Hodzic puts that height to use, heads it into the far corner, and we are 5-2 up. Meslier plays it out from the back to Llorente. He's going to bring it forwards here. Plays it to Sesko, into Roberts. Tries to find Harrison in behind, but they play it straight back to Tyler Roberts, who has smashed it into the back of the net from distance. What a finish this is to make it 6-2 after 77 minutes. So, Llorente plays it forwards. Sesko knocks it onto Roberts, who tries a terrible pass to Harrison. But the defender plays it straight back into his path. He picks it up and right-footed smashes it in to make it 6-2. An attack here as we'll look for Sesko up front, but they deal with it well, their Rangers, and are going to try and play it forward. Fashion Junior, Fashion Senior, don't know. Yeah, he plays it forwards. They play it out to Aribo. He's going to play it forward for Morales, and he scores to make it 6-3. But the referee's looking at this one, and the goal is awarded. So 6-3, 9 goals in one game, and everybody's getting their money's worth here. Aribo plays it forward. Morales off the shoulder of the defender. He smashes it low and hard past Meslier to make it 6-3. Straight from kick-off, the ball's played to Puig, played to Ferguson, to Harrison, back to Puig, Llorente to Ahmed Hodzic, to Puig. Roberts tries to find Sesko. He's not going to get there. It goes straight through to the goalkeeper. So let's see what Rangers try and do here. They lump it forwards. Morales gets the ball, but it's intercepted by Puig. Bentancur plays it over the top. Sesko is in, and Sesko smashes it over the bar. I was just about to say he scores, but he doesn't. And we actually have another corner. It's the 93rd minute. Bentancur swings it in, and Sesko heads it wide this time. He's had enough chances in this game, but the score stays 6-3. And it's not ending there. Rangers lump the ball forward from the goal kick. Ahmed Hodzic heads it out of play. Surely that's going to be the final whistle now. It was indeed the final whistle, and we get off the pitch with a 6-3 win. Welcome back to Elland Road European football. That was a bit of a roller coaster. Rangers have only had 5 shots on target. They've scored 3 goals. We've had 21 shots, 10 on target, and scored 6. Strikers scoring goals. Attacking midfielders scoring goals, defenders scoring goals. What a game. That's probably going to be one of the ones that you will see on Moments to Remember at the end of the season. And that is the perfect way to end another episode. So let's go back to the home screen and show you what's going to happen next and where we will come back after this episode. So then, after goals galore in both of today's matches, let's have a little look at the schedule and see where we might be able to come back next. So we have West Ham, Luzerne, Bournemouth, Leicester, Luzerne. So I think that the logical place to come back is going to be Man U FC on the 23rd of October, following that up with the Atalanta game, where they have to come to Elland Road. They gave us a bit of a spanking in the away game, so I think inviting them back and putting them on camera is exactly what I am going to do. So a little look at the table before we go to final thoughts. Premier Division. So it's not terrible. We are in 9th. We have played 10 games. We've got 16 points. We are nowhere near those two at the top again. We are 7 points behind Manchester City at this stage of the season, although they do have a game in hand, as do a few other teams above us. So we are in touching distance of Champions League places again. If we can get on a roll and a good run of form, I think we might be in and around those places. But some of the football we've played across the past couple of months has been dreadful. So fingers crossed, the 2 games that we have played in this episode are a turning point. We are now going to hit our stride. So we will come back when we play against Man UFC and Atalanta. That's another episode all wrapped up then, as episode 15 is in the bag. We started off with a convincing 3-0 win against Nottingham Forest. All the damage was done early in the first half. And then a crazy upside down topsy-turvy game against Rangers with a 6-3 scoreline, where we played some mighty fine football, but the defending was a little bit. Yeah. So, as I said at the end of the episode, we're going to jump forwards now and come back for the Man UFC game and the Atalanta game in the Europa League. But before I wrap this one up, if you're still watching and you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button to help the channel out. Appreciate everybody who has done that so far. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? So, I'm going to wrap this one there. Big thank you for watching, and I'll see you on episode 16.